It's not the big things that get us, folks. It's a death by 1,000 cuts. That's what it is. And sometimes it's the littlest things. You guys, you realize that, right? At work, it's just like, man, do not breathe so loud. What? Everybody is overworked, overwhelmed, not enough money. You got to do more and do it better with less.
And what we're seeing now is we're seeing highest rates of resentment and apathy and burnout in the workplace because people are just grinding and grinding and grinding. Because we've been taught that the harder we work, the more we're worth.
There's a word in German called Lebensmüde. If you translate that directly into English, it's just life tired. Because there are things pulling us in every single direction. Never before have there been so many distractions, so many exit ramps, so many opportunities to just not be present. The number one predictor of how happy you are, how healthy you are, both your mental and physical health, is actually the state of your relationships. It is how well can you connect heart to heart with other human beings. This shouldn't come as a surprise, right?
I'm going to tell you this, never before have we lived and worked in such a hyper-connected world. Do you know that stats suggest that as humans, on average, every single day, we're picking up our digital devices 144 times? Focus isn't just a productivity hack, it's a power move. What we don't often talk enough about in our workplaces and even in our homes is this, the invisible load. And it's what we do with that load and how we unpack it, the tools, the skills, the strategies, and the people that we engage in our lives to help us unpack that load that matter most. It makes all the difference.
I'm going to present to you a 3-step approach called rest to reconnection. Very simple. So how do we go from rest to reconnection? Really simple. First thing we do is we start with rest. Then we regulate. Then we can reconnect. And it has to be in that order.
I want you to think about the last really good leader you had in your life. Think about the last really good leader you had in your life. What made them so good as a leader?
The best leaders are the ones who are able to stay emotionally regulated in times of distress. Because to build a thriving organization, it is built with leaders who care, leaders who are empathetic, leaders who can have conversations about what it means to be human outside of work. We have 5 basic physiological needs. Doesn't matter your race, your religion, your gender, where you come from, what you believe in, if you go to church or if you don't. If we feel like we're not being valued, what happens is our nervous system gets ready to go. And now all of a sudden we went from an emotional belief or an emotional thought to now the body's dancing. Now the body's going, okay, we're ready for war here. We cannot start talking about workplace wellness or workplace culture or all those things until we actually acknowledge that relationships are the foundation of everything. Everyone's lid is just about ready to flip. And if you're managers and you're working with teams, do you guys feel that? You know, sometimes you're coming into work, you're like, boy, everyone needs a nap, okay? The fastest way to calm your body and to get your nervous system into a state of regulation will always be your breath.
To be truthful with you, filled with humor and great examples, and I 100% will sit through a keynote again, and I'm going to go home and read your book. So thank you, Laura.
The real legacy doesn't lie in our resume, in our accolades, what we've achieved, the promotions, what we've driven, where we've lived, where we've traveled to. That's not the real legacy. It's in the relationships that we build. That's where it is. So stay connected to the best parts of what it is to be you. What keeps you feeling light and right. Surround yourself with the people and the places that light that inner spark. Can you do that for me? Will you do that for me? Thank you so much. It has been such a pleasure to spend this time with you.